So let's talk about Honkai Star Rail. I've been playing this game since probably about a week after launch. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I really didn't think I was going to spend much time playing it, but I was at a loose end and thought, hey, why not? I'd tried Genshin Impact a couple of times and just bounced off it because I could never really quite get into the story. The gameplay didn't quite click with me, and I thought, this will be worth jumping into, having a look around, and then, I'll probably forget about it within a week. And lo and behold, a year and quite a lot later, I think I've actually logged into this game every single day since I started playing it, including days I've been on work trips, on vacations, taking my tablet along with me to make sure I get my, daily rewards. It's turned into something of a weird obsession, and if future editing me knows what they're doing, then scrolling past right now is evidence of just quite how much I have invested in this game in terms of time and, other things. But anyway, I've been getting the itch lately to re-experience the story from the beginning again. I keep seeing videos of people who have just started playing bounce across my YouTube feed, and I thought, hey, that looks like fun. I'd love to go back and do this story again. And my original idea was that, hey, I'll go back when 3.0 comes out, and it'll be, what is it like to start Honkai Star Rail at 3.0 as a new player? And then I realized that was kind of a stupid idea, because when 3.0 comes out, I'll be wanting to play 3.0. So, I figured, why not just jump into it now and see how I enjoy it? Whether it's fun to re-experience all of the early story that I played quite a long time ago now. So, let's jump forward. And we start off with a nice space station floating in space, and things that Hoyo are famous for: a good selection of music and really questionable camera angles. I guess there's a whole different bunch of audiences that this opening sequence must be made for, from people who have been fanatically watching all of the previews to people like me way back when who had no idea what they were getting into. It does a good job of setting the scene. You're somewhere in space, there's an attack going on, there's this morally questionable character.
No. I think you couldn't have timed it better.
Saying mysterious things.
23:47:15 system time. Very punctual, Kafka.
I have to press next, don't I?
Elio always tells the exact future. So what's with the explosion just now? Was that also part of his script?
Uh-huh. 23:44:59 system time. The pulses from the explosion cause a massive breakdown from the master control system.
You did that.
No, the Antimatter Legion did it. They completely invaded the space station 2 system hours ago.
Alright. So do we need to fight the Legion?
I don't know. Elio didn't say anything about it, so it doesn't matter.
Got it. So from now on, I'll be in charge of this operation.
Copy. Can you let me have some fun this time? Our last few operations turned out to be pretty dull.
Sorry, I'm afraid there is not much I can do for you. Our task this time is just to place the target properly.
Interesting how they're just opening with all of this mystery. You as the player really have no idea who these people are or what's going on. And in fact, they've only drip-fed you one of the characters. The other one is currently hiding behind this screen for a future reveal. So they're really trying to, keep the mystery going early on.
But if you want to go look for some fun yourself, I won't stop you. I mean, after all. After all, Elio didn't put it in the script. Why would it matter?
That's just an explosive introduction to the gameplay.
Remember it.
Very, very basic fight tutorial here, but I've played a lot of similar games since picking it up, so I could, see if there was anything else that I wanted to play in the same genre. And so many of these free-to-play gacha games have incredibly long expository introductions where you're clicking through all sorts of dialogue and you don't get any feel of what it's like to play the game until you're like an hour into a slideshow. I'm exaggerating a bit there, but often that's what it feels like. So jumping you in and saying this is actually what playing the game is like is a really good decision for new players, I think.
This won't take long. Didn't hurt. Oh, may as well kill them all.
And of course, by leading with Kafka, you've got, one of the more appealing characters, let's say, and also like the better animations because it's going to be a highly sought out after limited later. So they're putting their best foot forward here. Like, okay, we've given you an example of what basic combat looks like. Now we're going to throw you into actually walking around. And there are things in this first room to discover. Like drip feeding you gameplay right now, but trying to push you in as quickly as is comfortable into learning what's going on.
Who's this? Herta?
Yeah.
She looks so young. She was already famous in the last Amber era, no? She has to be at least 100 years old.
She's a member of the Genius Society and an emanator of Noose the Erudition. She could probably age backwards if she wanted.
Yeah, I seem to recall that over half of the Genius Society's 80-odd members had a normal death. Wasn't there someone who lived for a dozen days or so? What was their name?
That's pretty normal. Aren't the immortal bosses in games always waiting for the protagonist to come kill them?
And here we break the fourth wall just a little bit.
It's a good thing.
Oh, what an alliance joke.
Giving you a bit of an idea of how seriously this game takes itself. It's pushing your face into, hey, do you realize you're in a video game right now? This early on.
When did the Antimatter Legion become so weak?
I could only attract this much. Did you really want the entire Legion to come here?
Oh, this lot won't be able to slow down the Astral Express crew.
Relax. A Doomsday Beast is also here.
I'm just going to say that change in camera angle was not my fault. That's actually forced on you by the game. Just in case you're wondering if I was just going, hey, look, Kafka's ass. No, that was actually the game saying, hey, look, Kafka's ass.
I know this person. She's the Lord of Silence. Hoka Kakamon. See? Her face is all blank. She had destroyed all of her own portraits and sculptures in the entire universe.
I'm not interested. Hurry up with our real business.
I'm not going to look at all the portraits, but Polka Kakamon's is just like, hey, that was relevant in the most recent patch. Okay, I'll go back and good old Screwlum.
Hey, Silverwolf, look. It's Screwlum, your good old opponent.
Huh? I told you already. I didn't know it was him.
Oh, that battle was how Alio got his eyes on you. Imagine someone actually able to crack Screwlum's code. First Screwlum, then Herta. There's probably no one else in the universe who offended two genii in such quick succession. It must be destiny.
Ugh, seems like I'm the real destiny slave here.
They're just throwing world building at you here, and none of it's really supposed to stick. Like, a lot of this is, you can go back and realize that a lot of this eventually makes sense, but a lot of it is just, we're trying to present you with, you've appeared, in media res in this heist that you're doing, so it wants to make you feel like you're in the middle of something, even if you don't quite understand what you're in the middle of. Now we introduce the attack mechanic. And if you're looking carefully, you'll see that there's weakness and, matching toughness bar reduction up here. But my experience is a lot of people, seeing people doing these scenes, a lot of people miss that. Now we're introducing the concept of the ultimate.
Good times never last.
And of course, the whole point of this sequence is to make you go, holy shit, this is awesome. Which, let's be blunt, it is.
Cleaning up other people's mess isn't...
And another camera angle.
Kafka?
Yeah. Where did you send it, Silverwolf?
Some random coordinates, not important. You care about where that Void Ranger ended up?
This is the bit that's there to make Honkai Impact players go, ooh, I know her.
Of course not. I'm just amazed at this fancy technique of yours, as usual.
Just a little trick of tampering with the data of reality. I wouldn't call it fancy.
What were you looking at so intently just now? Let me see.
Herta's Toys, a catalog featuring the space station's collection of rare items. They've got a lot of interesting gadgets.
Like what?
There's this gun. It can rate any creature within its crosshair as a score from 0 to 100.
Doesn't sound very interesting.
Aren't you curious about how much you would score? I kinda wanna know mine.
Fine, I guess we can swing by and play with it if it's not too far. What's our destination?
Go down the corridor behind the door on the left. There's a room where some kind of rare item is stored.
So that's where the Stellaron is.
And here we do more of that confusing world building. It's this, like, putting the definition of something above the word. I think I saw that in Genshin too. I didn't play enough Genshin to actually remember directly, but it's kind of funny that it's like, okay, Stellaron, we're introducing this concept of a Stellaron, we'd better explain what it is, and then we totally don't explain what it is. All we do is we add some words that say, hey, this is sinister. So it's still have no idea what a Stellaron is, but now you just know, oh god, that's bad.
That's where we can find out where the Stellaron is.
And now we're free roaming again, and we have good old Silverwolf on the team, and we follow the instructions and switch to her. And there's a couple of things in this room that you can discover, like how to break objects, and what chests look like. And... sorry, I have to go around and break everything, it's part of the contract. To see Silverwolf's cool little, like, pixely attack. And, there's these hands above things. That must be interesting. Readable item. Who's she? Emergency evacuation flashed onto the display, and the front of house receptionist carried out the instructions. All this just like random world building. I have read so few of these. I've picked up hundreds of these documents, and I'm sure that they include so much really interesting lore, and they're just sitting in my inventory waiting for one day for me to get so bored I decide to devour like the entire story of Herta Space Station. But for now, I'm going to continue to not read them.
Up ahead. There will be lots of Legion Void Rangers there.
Switch back to Kafka. No. You're weak to quantum.
That breathing sensation. Remember it.
And we have the introduction to this is where the action order lives, which will be totally useless information until you actually start caring about gameplay.
Time for a buzz.
My god, slow speed is so slow. Reminder that ultimates are out of turn order.
At this speed, too slow.
All of these fights are very carefully scripted so that all the things that they're trying to teach you happen on cue at exactly the right moment in time. Getting you through the tutorial. Learning, aha, there's a health recovery item. Another doorway. And Kafka's ass.
Someone or something is up ahead.
Looks like we're the ones getting ambushed.
But they're the ones getting besieged.
That line makes no sense. Now we learn the final mechanic for this stretch, which is skill points.
Good times never last.
We get another opportunity to see this animation.
Boom. Not a single soul here. Impressive evacuation work. Did Herta organize it herself?
According to the access history, she hasn't logged in here for over 6 months. The evacuation was directed by the acting lead researcher, a girl named Asta.
It doesn't ring a bell. Oh, right. Elio said we wouldn't run into Herta. It seems she really isn't here. Where's the Stellaron?
Elio's script doesn't include any info about the location of the Stellaron, which means in the future he foresees...
We would find the Stellaron in a non-physical way.
This space station is packed with extraordinary objects. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one that can make it happen.
Hiding something extraordinary with something extraordinary. This is pretty Herta. I assume you know what to do. I mean, you've read the catalog for quite a while.
I've got all the clues we need. The only piece missing is a simple trick. Help me investigate the terminal in this room. Our item might be inside.
Okay, the stage is yours.
And now we learn a very important skill, which is finding things that are marked very clearly as the thing you need to walk to and investigate.
I can't see the memory storage for this terminal.
This is the monitoring room. They must have deleted the records and made a run for it. Classic.
This is not a game of making you work to find your quest objects. This is a game of saying, go over here and interact with the thing we want you to interact with.
I can see the whole space station on the surveillance screen, but not the Stellaron.
Even if you could, it'd be a trap. Herta doesn't display her collections. Make your way over here then. There's no point in trying to search like this.
So, got a master plan? I'm all ears.
It's a matter of hacking the surveillance system directly.
Aha, I see. Herta's collections aren't in the system, so anything unaffected should be our target.
Once you have eliminated everything, then what remains is nothing.
Simple, crude, but effective.
Ah, like me.
Found it.
Huh, what's this?
It's like a map of the storage zone.
Line spot. A simple light deflecting field. It allows an object in its field to pass unnoticed, but if a different item ceases to be obvious, the object gets revealed.
That makes no sense.
Oh, Herta hides her collection with something as simple as this?
The simplest method is the hardest to spot. Isn't that our motto?
Whoa. That's freaky. I forgot about this. Oh, I wonder what's through there.
Strange thing number 2.
The data suggests it's just an ordinary hologram, but it has an added layer.
Let's take a look. Don't worry, this place won't be our grave.
Go through. Whoa. My god, it's full of stars.
She's a member of the Genius Society, all right.
The Stellaron is up ahead. Let's hurry.
Stellaron. Shiny. This is Stellaron. What Stellaron hunters throughout the universe all hunt for, which I guess is why they are Stellaron hunters. But in truth, it's all just a front. Elio knows it, Blade knows it, and you know it too, and I forgot to turn off auto-advance. That's why the Stellaron that Herta sealed away will be put to another use. Once Silverwolf breaks its seal, you'll have to take it and place it in a kind of vessel that's been waiting for just this occasion. This is where we make the most important choice in the game.
It has its own security system. I guess even for Herta, Stellaron is no ordinary rarity.
Can you get it?
Of course. Even the genius Herta can't compete with me when it comes to hacking.
You just installed a rootkit on Herta Space Station, I'm sure.
Good. Then I'll also count on you with the preparation of the receptacle.
Those eyes, just dead.
The receptacle's ready. Your decision.
Elio said this decision will bring about lots of changes.
He also said, it must be you who makes it.
So this is a difficult choice for me. I play Stell normally because Stell is just such an awesome character that I should probably just play Kalis for just being different this time around, so I might do that. But it also raises the question because It kind of implies in this opening sequence that we're just creating this character out of nothing, but obviously the character has a history, and like even in the dialogue that follows, this character existed before we chose somebody. So if I choose Kalis, what happens to Stell? Do they just like stay in some kind of replicator pattern buffer, never to be revived? So if I choose one, am I dooming the other to non-existence?
Didn't make up your mind when you got out of bed this morning?
It's pretty late at night, I can't make up my mind, but yeah, I'll pick Kalis this time.
Want to give him a new name?
I'll also turn off caps lock. Ding!
There we go.
Oh, hello.
Remember.
I'll remember you.
Time to get up. Oh.
Where am I? Kafka? Who are you?
Great. So you remember me.
Oh, you were in the previews.
Listen, you are in a daze right now. You don't know who you are
Keep your eyes up.
or what you're going to do next. You think I look familiar, but you're not sure if you should trust me.
The introduction of the spirit whisper here.
None of that matters. All you need to know is that I'm leaving, and you will be left all alone on this space station. From now on, you needn't think about your past or doubt yourself. Listen, in the near future, you will encounter all kinds of perils and hardships, but you will also have many wonderful experiences. You'll meet companions who will treat you like family and embark on surreal adventures with them.
It's just their excuse, the writers, to say, here is the mission statement of our game, and we're just going to say it directly to your face from one of the characters.
At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve.
But don't worry, we've worked out what the end of the story is going to be.
This is your future that Elio has foreseen. Do you like it?
I guess? No, I don't want it. Where are you going? I think I'll pick I guess. Oh,
Lovely.
keep your eyes up.
Hey, remember what you feel in this moment. As long as you know in your heart where you're heading, you're guaranteed to see the ending of your story. That's the you I like.
How long do you think you need? According to the script, the Astral Express crew is arriving soon. We should avoid being seen by them.
We have new characters showing up.
I know, Silverwolf. Just give me another minute.
Goodbyes are difficult.
I must leave now. Don't worry, someone will come and find you very soon. Just go with them. You won't remember a thing except me.
Well, at least I'll remember you.
When you have a chance to make a choice, make one that you know you won't regret.
Bye, Kafka. Bye, Silverwolf, who I'm already forgetting.
Weren't their coordinates sent out from the space station?
Who cares? They're here and alive. Do they look like a mannequin to you?
Weak heartbeat and pulse. March, you better do CPR.
On March.
I've never done it before. Don Hung, you do it.
I'm second best.
Wait, stop it! They're awake!
Hello.
Are you alright? Can you hear me? Do you remember your name?
I don't remember a thing.
Aw, this isn't good. Can you try harder? I'm sure you can at least remember your name.
Thanks much. Does that, like, work on every amnesia sufferer that you come across? Hey, you've just lost your memory. Could you just try harder to remember? But apparently it does work on me. My name is Carlfish.
Nice to meet you. My name's Dan Hung, and this is March 7th.
Aw, hi March.
This space station was just attacked by the Antimatter Legion. We came to help with the rescue at the request of lead researcher Asta.
This is where we can start actually explaining things, because we have the cliche of amnesic character who needs things to be explained to.
Goons owned by the destruction. You're lucky the most dangerous Lord Ravager among them isn't around. Just some nasty minions.
And again, we're explaining things by just throwing you more concepts that you don't quite understand yet. Okay, what is the destruction? The Lord Ravager is an emanator of destruction. What the hell's an emanator of destruction? I guess we'll find out later. And there's a lot of people who I've seen start playing this game complain about, like, the pile of this kind of lore that gets dumped on you that you don't understand. But it's such a classic trope of science fiction where you just throw concepts out and the reader, or, player in this case, just has to trust that you'll fill it in later, and for now just work it out from context. And, so long as you're, open to doing that, it's a pretty effective technique of drawing someone into a universe.
We'll take those invaders out soon. Don't worry. Uh-huh. A petite cutie with pink hair? Madame Herta appointed her to be the acting lead researcher.
Yeah, that's kind of sexist. Like, you work your way up to be the lead researcher of Herta Space Station, and the best description someone can come up with is a petite cutie with pink hair. I think March probably needs to go on some DEI training.
That girl really needs to step up. I can't believe her own employee doesn't even know her name.
Back to the Master Control Zone. Asta and the other researchers have gathered there.
We have a goal. Get from where we are to where we need to be.
Plus, that's where we parked the Astral Express. Don't you worry. We'll protect you from the monsters and clear up this mess.
And we have more things that we can kind of explain.
Donhung and I are members of the Astral Express crew.
Well, the Express has some dealings with Madame Herta, so we come to visit the space station from time to time.
We just so happened to arrive during this invasion. Of course, as a crew of heroes, we're happy to lend a hand.
And we're getting closer to the Astral Express.
You've never seen it? The Express comes here every once in a while.
It's a unique train that can travel between the stars with the power of the Trailblaze Eon.
What's an eon? We'll find out. But we now know what the Star Rail is.
I'll show you once we're back to the Master Control Zone.
Let's go then.
Back together. Arlan from the security department lost contact in the vicinity. I need to find him first.
Oh, all right. You stay safe. Maybe you should take this. The Legion are rampaging through the space station like a pack of wolves. This trip won't be a walk in the park. It's better if you have something to protect yourself. Just a suggestion, though. You're safe as long as you stick with me.
I think one missed opportunity there is you don't get to walk up and pick up the bat, which would have been, you could hang an animation on that, make it a bit of an event. But we have to introduce people to the character screen. Everyone has an element or a type, and a class or a path. Anyone who even played the tiny amount of Genshin that I did will be looking at this and going, oh, I recognize this. Just a Star Rail reinterpretation of pretty much the same character system. And, if you want to spend a lot of time looking through, you see what all the paths are. And there is much debate over what the paths mean, but I think they're a useful, starting point for defining classes. I don't think they're very good as very, strict definitions, but as the starting point for getting a general idea of what any particular character is for, it's a good, useful mechanic. And then we have these elements. We don't really know what they mean or what the differences are. A lot of it is very, minor differences between what the break effects are. But, okay, there are these elements, and we can just explore that stuff. Go through and say, okay, we can hit people with our baseball bat. We can hit lots of people with our baseball bat. We can do lots of damage, either to one person or lots of people, and so on. Let's continue on now that we have control of our character again. So we did have a bunch of exposition, but now we're back into gameplay.
I really don't get why she'd go out of her way to collect them and then leave them here to gather dust.
Referenced in previous dialogue? The closed eye of this weird little gun suddenly snaps open as it swirls around for a moment, staring at you with malice. Love that design, just its eyeball going, haha. The rating pistol gazes at Carlfish. 84 points, it announced. Is it basing things on intellect? Don't think so. I don't know if Kalis is quite the, empty head, no brain inside that Stell is. So we'll have to find out. Because I haven't really played with Kalis, so I don't know if they express the same kind of character. Oh. I'm also just having to...
Matter Legion. So these crazy jerks made it all the way here. Watch this.
I really had to resist the urge, because I'm one of those people where if I see little red dots on things in, video games or chat apps or whatever, I have to get rid of them. So I think for the purposes of these videos, I might have to very seriously resist that urge, or I will just spend all of my life in menus. Boom. Physical weakness. And here we learn what weaknesses are if we didn't already infer it from playing.
Watch this!
Let's make it quick. What about this?
That's such a nice attack.
Just a scratch.
One thing that I kind of am sad about with this game
Let's go.
is that the physical main character, the baseball bat MC, it's such an iconic piece of characterization, and they
To be quite
do the whole galactic baseballer thing throughout the game, but you just stop playing this version of the character so quickly because it's so weak. The moment you can use anything but this main character, you do so. Oh, we have found the elevator.
So we'll take that elevator on the central platform to go down to the master control zone. Do you know the way? I noticed that you're not wearing the space station staff uniform. Do you really work here?
Yes. I don't remember. I think it's probably 3 is the most honest answer.
Never mind. I won't ask if you don't want to talk about it.
Because really, I have no idea who I am or where I work.
You to the safe zone.
Yeah, I break stuff. And now it teaches us March's kit. He has a shield. He's in fact the only defensive character that you have for quite a long time, unless you get lucky. So you'd better learn to use her.
We lose.
How's this? Rules are made to be broken!
There's so much muscle memory here. It's like, his ultimate is up. Hit it immediately. I don't even know if there was a prompt telling me to use it. I was just like, ultimate.
You can't run! Try that again!
And this is kind of an are you paying attention thing. Like, did you notice that when they attack someone with a shield, March retaliates? Can you put 2 and 2 together there?
You can't run! My turn! Watch this!
How about this?
You couldn't have done it without me.
No, I couldn't, March. Run around the back here. There's things we can't get to, and there's a chest. More things we can't get to, so the only thing we can do from here is try and get down the lift.
I knew it.
It worked. It's broken.
But it wasn't me. The Antimatter Legion must have broken it.
Yeah, sure, March.
Too bad Donhung's not here. He's like a walking encyclopedia. He knows a ton of complicated stuff. Maybe even elevator repair.
I don't know that one.
Whoa! Why are you here? And how did you get here before us?
I took another route to the upper level, and I saw you guys from up there. Arlan is in the control room. He's been injured, but not fatally.
You found him. Will he know what to do about this elevator?
I suppose as the head of the security department, he should know.
Then let's go talk to him.
I've just noticed that behind these scenes, they've just got this goofy doopy-doopy-doop music. Like the, hey, this is the light-hearted characters. I do just really like this introduction. Like, the March and Dan, they're going to be with us for a while, and they're both such, fun characters to start off with. Really just, drawing you into it. And they have no idea who you are, you have no idea who they are, but they're just kind of nice people who are helping you out. And we continue the tutorial, and now it's what to do when there's more than one other person in your party.
March, stay with the group. Don't rush off.
Good advice. Don't split the party. Now we get to level up. You're up to level 4. You're currently level 2. You're currently level 2. Let's level you up as well. 2 DPSs. A bit of level on them. You know, that's the way we came, isn't it? I'm lost already. I should know my way around here by now. Now, more tutorial. Technique is a special ability used for exploration. Use March 7th's technique to gain an edge in combat. They really oversell this. Here is a way to enter combat better.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! I told ya I could fight.
What about this? It's too late to repent. The time is now.
And you're dead.
You couldn't have done it without me.
Hey, you're all together?
Indeed we are.
Yep, we're from the Astral Express.
Well, I'm not, even though I'm currently wearing an Astral Express ticket because I only have one outfit.
Oh. Did Madame Herta send you to help?
It's just a coincidence. We came to deliver the rare relic Herta trusted us to find. We didn't expect to arrive during an invasion.
Why is the Antimatter Legion targeting you guys? It seems they just ignored the surface of the planet and came straight to the space station.
I have no idea. The Legion came at a very suspicious time, almost right after the security system suddenly failed.
I wonder why that was.
Lead researcher Asta immediately began to organize the evacuation. I was supposed to cover everyone as they evacuated, but I didn't expect to end up failing in this task.
Don't worry, Arlen. You will only go on to be the worst DPS in the game.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Your leg and dominant hand were injured. It was a wise decision to hide here and avoid a head-on encounter with the Legion.
Yeah, most of the staff have been evacuated safely. So right now our highest priority is to return to the Master Control Zone and plan a counterattack. So, do you know how to use the elevator? I couldn't start it.
After the evacuation was complete, the elevators were all shut down to keep the Legion away from the Master Control Zone. Since Lady Asta sent you to look for me, I assume she must have given you the encryption key for accessing the elevator system?
Oh, right. She did give me some sort of card.
March.
March.
But where did I put it?
You...
Here it is.
March. In this moment, we are all done hung.
Now that we found the key, we should get going. We can use that console over there to unlock the elevator.
Okay, so I can't get out of that door. Ding! First floor.
Let's go.
Hold on. I only activated the elevator on the highest floor. We'll have to go there to use it.
Why? It's so far away.
Doesn't give the Legion any chance to reach the Master Control Zone by the elevator. I must ensure the safety of the station staff. so I'll have to trouble you to take a bit of a detour.
So we're betting on the Legion not being able to use stairs.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
My leg is injured. I'd only slow you down. I'll stay here and shut down the elevator once you've made it to the master control zone.
You won't slow us down. And you should be able to shut down the elevators from the master control zone. Right?
Agreed. He and I made it here safely, and now we've also got Danhung. We're more than enough to protect you. Let us worry about the Antimatter Legion. You just follow us and keep yourself alive.
Trust us. Don't overthink this. You can use me as a crutch. Yeah, I'll carry you, Arlen.
Aren't you a nice kid?
I do my best.
Thank you.
I think this is introduced a little bit early because it's like, what the hell? And like, if you're, familiar with RPG skill trees, obviously it makes sense. But why we're doing this at this particular moment in the game, I'm not entirely sure. It could have waited until a bit later, I think. But again, we go through and we activate the trivial first trace of our first 3 characters. And we get an achievement for it. Have any more leveling gear? No, we don't. Okay, let's keep moving then.
It's too late to repent.
I also have a compulsion to kill any enemy I come across, so
The worst luck running into.
you'll just have to bear with me while I just kill a lot of trash mobs.
You couldn't have done it without me.
Pick up some treasure. That's the important part here.
Ooh, sparkly! Freeze!
Rules are made to be broken!
He sounds much more aggressive about that than Stell's VA.
You've outstayed your welcome!
It's too late to repent.
My turn.
Let's go.
I think there's a chest back here. Yes, there is. Oops, wrong button. Used up the last of March's technique by mistake. But that's okay. I don't think we particularly need it anytime soon. Let's go back to being Kalis. Regain some health.
Propulsion bridge has been shut down?
Yes, to stall the enemy, more or less.
Okay, so that's why they can't use stairs, because they can't press buttons. Except they're already up here. So, destroying that bridge, really kind of pointless, given that
Revealed in an
they were
instant.
already here.
It's but a vision!
That's so cool. It's fun going back and using these characters that I literally haven't used since I got any character slightly better than them.
The time's now.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
That's the plan. Yeah, oh,
Hey, these shiny things. Are these light cones? I thought only the Interastral Peace Corporation had rare stuff like this.
No. Light cones are Garden of Recollection technology. They allow you to carry memories around. Very potent enhancement items. I heard the corporation paid a lot for the usage rights, but I've no idea how Herta managed to get hold of one.
don't worry, you get lots of them.
They were acquired legitimately. That's all I can say. Take them. They're very useful in combat.
I do like how he's just trying to explain why having one of these cards is a combat buff, and it's just so hand-waved. Light cones can offer stat bonuses to characters. Equip light cones that match the character's path to activate powerful light cone abilities. Equip Cullfish with a light cone. So this one, very basic 3-star light cone, just gives me extra 20% damage, which I'm not going to complain about. Do I have any level up materials for light cones? No, I do not. Is there anything in this back room? Oh, another chest.
Is that all?
It's just sitting there. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. On the screen. The image on the screen is not very clear. Some components of the display seem to be damaged. Yeah, it's a bit wibbly wobbly.
Looks good.
Mechanics.
Aw, is that it? We've reached the elevator already? That wasn't too many monsters. Ugh, probably shouldn't have said that. Might bring bad luck.
Yeah, March. You probably shouldn't have said that.
You've grown, March.
I spent way too long the first time I did this trying to work out if there was a way across this gap, but you don't find it for a while. So carry on forwards and... Horsey!
Move carefully.
Oh, we can finally get away from the disturbingly slow fight animations and turn on double speed, thankfully. So we have our first kind of boss fight. I think what I'll do is I'll just use Dan to focus on the boss and use a Trailblazer to take the ads out, and we should be good. Oh. Reminding us of March's ability in case we forgot.
Here! Gotta try hard sometimes.
Combat view to view statuses and check abilities and stuff. And look at the enemies. So we have the Void Ranger Reavers. Warriors yet to perish were recast in the Warforge and gain Destruction's power. Antimatter completes their bodies and negative particles reverberate throughout their forms. Violently aggressive, they embody the will of the Destruction and are basic combat units of the Antimatter Legion, acting only according to their destructive instincts. And they just have basic attacks. And then what about... So, Void Ranger, yep, that's the same one, yep. And then in the middle, the Trampler. A product of the Antimatter Legion utilizing the Warforged to recast and fuse remnants of fallen warriors and leviathans. Though relatively rare, they possess both the intelligence of a warrior and the power and mobility of a leviathan. Its screech can summon a large number of Void Rangers. I'm going to start reading flavor text because I never did that the first time around, so bear with me. Honeys. So do I break this guy? Probably, yep. Actually, I shouldn't have because I was going to get my ultimate anyway, so I could have just done them both in the middle.
I have no interest in conflict.
That means I can get Dan's ultimate as well and almost break this guy. So yeah, if I'd used Trailblazer's attack on the middle guy, then I would have broken him then.
You can't run.
But I can break him now. Yeah, okay.
Too late to repent.
Does mean I can't shield with March, but I think I'm okay, because it's not going to kill me in that amount of time.
Try that again.
Let's make it quick.
Now we can... That.
Fighting is meaningless.
Rules.
Should be able to kill it with the single target version of this.
Hey, sore losers! You can't just gang up on us!
To the rescue!
Go!
Hello, Himeko.
Exciting. Anyway, at least you're back. March, Dunhung, you've been through a lot.
Phew. Himeko, what took you so long? That last wave of antimatter legion came at us like a swarm of locusts. Have you ever tried shooting locusts with a bow?
I wouldn't have made a difference. My orbital cannon can deal with a whole bunch of enemies at once, but I couldn't just blow up the space station with it. Herta would not like that.
Doesn't seem to bother you whenever else you use your ultimate, but okay.
Are you alright, Arlam? Asta's been worried about you.
Aw.
I'm fine. A quick patching up will do. Thanks for asking. I'll report the situation to lead researcher Asta immediately. Bye.
I think you embarrassed him, Himeko.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Himeko, navigator of the Astral Express.
And best girl.
In other words, she's in charge of where the express goes.
I will enter into no argument about that. Himeko is best girl.
March hasn't been any trouble for you along the way, has she?
Think carefully about how you want to reply to that.
I've never met a more reckless girl in my life. Never met a more lively girl in my life. In that case, I'd rather not answer. I think I want to be on March's good side.
Well, that's the joy of youth. We should take every step forward full of energy. He's a discerning one, isn't he, Danhung?
I have the right to remain silent.
Look at you all. You've already gotten really close. Come on. Asta has been worried about all of you.
And suddenly a whole bunch of things open up. Continue to follow the prompts to wander forward, not explore too much, because it all opens up a bit more after this.
Projectile radar tracking normal. Telemetry signal frequency unusually high. Maintain at normal levels. Our measurements predict that the Legion is about to unleash over 10 waves of continuous attacks. Everyone, brace yourselves.
Asta, we're back.
Oh, I'm glad you're all back safe. Arlen just told me about the situation at the storage zone and about his injury. Thank you for all your help. In times of disaster, I realize more and more that the space station's researchers are its most valuable assets. Alas, we were ill-prepared for such emergencies. We should have built up our security and combat departments.
You're a research station. You shouldn't have an army on board.
But on the other hand, the entire crew of the Astral Express seems to be extraordinarily skilled.
What can we say? We save planets.
What is the current situation on the space station?
The situation is under control for now. The damage to our security system was minor. The intruder only managed to alter a small amount of data, so it was easy to fix. The real problem lies with the researchers. They trust Madame Herta wholeheartedly and never thought that the space station would be breached by the Legion. A broken spirit is far worse than a broken body.
I see side quests in our future.
Let's go speak with the researchers. Right now, the space station can't afford any more unexpected turns, especially from within. Have you tried contacting Herta?
I sent multiple letters, all met with silence. You know her, Himeko. The space station is but a mere warehouse for followers and rare items. She doesn't really care about it.
I knew it. No matter. I'll also send a letter to Herta and tell her that we've brought the rare item she seeks. At least that might get her attention.
Oh, that would be of great help.
Just occasionally notice details that you either haven't noticed before or have forgotten. And that bow tie on Asta is just so weirdly out of place. And now, we gain the ability to warp. So let's do our preordained pull. Single warp on the regular banner that will magically produce. I understand why they do that, but it's weird having Pom-Pom appear before the reveal of Pom-Pom in the story. I think it kind of undermines that moment for people who've never, who didn't do any preview stuff for the game. But yep, you get Asta just as proof that you can pull characters in this game. You've currently open banners. We still have a week and a half yet left of Acheron and Aventurine. So I'm not sure what my pulling strategy is going to be on this new account. I'm obviously not going to be spending money on getting any characters, but the game does give you a lot of tickets if you start doing all of the events that are in the backlog. So I'm probably going to get quite a few of the early characters in the next few banners as time marches on. So I'm going to have to be a little bit selective who I get. But right now, I have no tickets and I don't have enough Stellar Jades. But let's see what's in our inbox. Because should get a few things. So player survey, can't really do that. This is the initial rewards. We get a seriousness of breakfast. It's nice. Pre-release rewards, we get 20 pulls and a portrait, and we get Serval, which is always fun once we get to Eurilo 6 and everything is Lightning Week. And we get a few credits. So if we claim all of those, we get Serval, High Serval, yeah. A light cone that just coincidentally works with Serval. And we can go back and finish off this initial video with a couple of pulls on the introductory banner. So we have enough for 210 pulls on the departure warp. So let's see if we get really lucky and get an early 5-star. Obviously, in order of preference, probably Himeko, Bronya, Japard. Actually, maybe Himeko, Bronya, Clara, Japard, Bailu, Yanqing. I think order of preference from most wanted to least wanted in terms of my first 5-star. So let's see if we can get one of those early. And the answer is not on our first 10 pull. Get light cone and light cone and light cone, light cone, and Tingyun. Nice. That's a good one to start with. And light cone and light cone, and light cone, and light cone, and light cone. So only the 1 4-star on the first pull, but it's Tingyun, which makes it all worthwhile. And let's do our second 10 pull on the departure warp, and I think that can help us wrap up. Still no 5-star. Under the blue sky, destruction light cone. Ow, fantastic. I was hoping for a healer, because you don't get a healer until a long way through the next world, and you're kind of stuck with only March healing you for quite a while. So the only healers in the 4-star pool, I think, are Natasha, Gallagher, and Lynx. And I'd probably have preferred Lynx, but getting Natasha is still pretty good. She can keep me alive until I, funnily enough, get Natasha again later. Alright, so that has used up all of the useful tickets that I own, and we are now going into the free roam next area of exploration. So I think that's a nice cutoff point for the end of this first video. We will start off again in the next video doing the first bit of post first half of the tutorial exploration of the space station, and hopefully take us through to the end of the tutorial. And if you have been watching this, thank you very much. I will be back soon.